Welcome to Visualize, the podcast where collaboration fuels change. I'm your host, Chris Baker, and each week we'll explore incredible connections between nonprofits, businesses, and the community. This is a space where we highlight inspiring partnerships, uncover strategies for creating meaningful impact, and share stories that show how working together can make all the difference. Whether you're a nonprofit leader, a business owner, or someone just passionate about building connections, this podcast is for you. Welcome back to Visual Eyes. Before we jump into today's episode, I just want to take a moment to thank our brand partner, Chris Baker with Align Innovate. Chris leads with a heart and strategy, helping small businesses and nonprofits stream their operations, implement human-first AI systems, and grow your business with clarity. Align Innovate isn't just about tools. It's about transformation, alignment, and unlocking doors to new possibilities. We're honored to have Align Innovate as our partner in this work. To learn more, visit aligninnovate.com or check the show notes for a direct link. Now let's jump into today's conversation. So today, we are sitting down with a true force in the community celebration, tradition, and impact space, Dawn Diehl, event director of Winterfest, Inc. For over 30 years, Dawn has poured her heart into making the Seminole Hard Rock Winterfest Boat Parade not just a South Florida treasure, but an international recognized event. Welcome, Dawn.
Thank you.
So, you've celebrated over 3 decades with Winterfest.
Yeah.
But how did it start watching, as a child for a parade? Can you take us through those early memories and what shaped your passion for this work?
I grew up watching, born and raised in Broward County, so grew up watching the boat parade. We took our boat out, not regularly, but it was impactful. We took our boat out. We were never in the parade, but we watched it. So I couldn't tell you if it was 1 time or 10 times, but it was impactful enough that that's what made my heart happy every December. So as I got a little older, we watched from, bars and other places. And my kids' whole lives, all 3 of them have been Winterfest. So I volunteered and here I am all these years later.
Wow. It's so interesting to have something you've experienced growing up and then become a part of it. So what does that journey look for you now, taking over as this new role?
So, we have a small but mighty team. So the 3 of us have been together over 20 years. And the smiles for miles, literally. So I feel like in this world, there's so many thankless jobs, and that's not what we have. People really appreciate what we do. I love when someone says to me, "We always." So they always have a place that we watch from, or we always did this. So the tradition is my favorite thing.
Okay. So Winterfest is now one of the largest one-day events in the entire country. So what does that mean for you personally to carry on such an iconic tradition in this community?
So we're 54 years old this year, and we started very grassroots. Just a few local boaters got together and decorated their boats. And here we are 54 years later carrying on a legacy. And we were created as an organization during a slow time for tourism. Broward County is known for our beaches, and they created Winterfest from the Chamber of Commerce to put heads in beds and help the tourism in December. So we're still alive and well doing that each December, filling all the hotels on the parade route, filling all the restaurants on the parade route. And if you kind of think about it, a little fun fact, there's no other day of the year that every single one of them is sold out. So it's a good, we're a 50 million plus machine for an economic impact to Broward County in December each year.
Did you say 50 million?
I did.
So I'm trying to take it back and look at the impact that $50 million would bring to our community. you just said that you fill out every single hotel. You're giving, people are coming down. They're going to the restaurants. They're going out. They're seeing the community besides just actually the boat parade itself. So there's so much more tourism, and you're bringing in all of this revenue. That's incredible. So what drives you not to only entertain, but to create this deep culture and economic value within South Florida?
I feel like we're lucky to be able to do what we do, and knowing, funny, a couple years ago, or probably like 7-8 years ago now, we had a company come in and do a survey at our parade viewing area. We have a public viewing area that you can buy tickets to. And when she was asking me, what do you want to know? I'm like, gosh, I don't know what we want to know. Help me, help us. We're sponsor driven. So what do we want to know? And sometimes when you gather data, it's not what you want to share always, because you don't know what you don't know. Well, we were pleasantly surprised that we had a lot of cruisers coming in early for their cruises. So their cruise would leave on a Sunday. They would come in on Saturday for the boat parade. We had no idea we were attracting those people. So we have something for everyone. When people ask what our demographics are, and I'm like 0 to 100, we're a parade. So multi-generational, and we are excited and privileged to be such a part of the community, and that people look forward to what we do each December.
So continuing on, looking at the amount of money that's coming in, that $50 million, what are some of the collaborations that you've had the experience and pleasure of working with? I mean, you've got to have a massive amount, especially with the Seminole Hard Rock.
And I just want to say, we're a not-for-profit organization. We're a 501c4. So that's a community-oriented. So we're not grant really given. Everything we do is sponsorship. That is how we exist and survive. So Hard Rock coming in, when they opened their doors 21 years ago, they opened their arms to us. We did have a relationship with the tribe in a smaller way, but we are so fortunate to be where we are all these years later, and it was life-changing to us as an organization. They have made us bigger, they have made us better, recognizable, and there's no other partnership like this that they do, as philanthropic as they are and generous in our community. So it really did change a lot in how we operate, but we are still very tight and small organizationally. We rely on 350 volunteers annually to help us make the stuff happen.
Wow.
We have a board of 50, which is a lot, but a lot of those are sponsors. Kind of there's a influencer, a sponsor, and a worker is really how that was put together, because you need a little bit of all of it.
Yeah.
So the sponsors love what we do, and they have a vested interest. So serving on our board and lots of behind the scenes work to help us make it all happen.
Can you share one of the stories, either with a sponsor or maybe a community partner, that really kind of helped transform the parade or helped it grow in its reach?
Gosh, it's so hard to think of one thing in particular. One of the things that I know happens, there's a lot of fundraising that happens the night of the boat parade, but we're not always privy to that. One in particular stands out, and I'm not going to say it's a collaboration with us, because it's not. It's something that happens because of us. Okay. So Children's Harbor, they do great work, and there was a boat owner that Bill Mahoney donated his boat to them, not to be in the parade, but they watched it, so they sold tickets. And then in more recent years, they now take over the Grateful Palette, and they do a whole event around the boat parade. So in speaking with their CEO, I'm like, just curious, how much money have y'all raised over the course of, just as a great example? And it's almost $1.5 million just from boat parade. And I know there's a lot of other stories of it. I wish we knew more. of the fundraising activities that we're providing this free event to the community. So we don't get any of that money. Hopefully we maybe get a gift certificate for an auction and stuff like that from the hotels and restaurants. But, that's a premium night for everybody that we're providing for free to them.
Well, hearing that and actually kind of looking at other nonprofits, it gives them an opportunity to look at other fundraising in a different way, because this is a different revenue stream that they could add in, even if they made, $200,000, maybe not as much as Children's Harbor, but maybe even $200,000. What could that look like? What type of collaboration are they able to create with either a restaurant or a hotel or whatever?
Or a private home.
Oh my gosh, yes, with a private home, if they can actually...
12 miles of shoreline.
Yeah.
For an opportunity for great philanthropic efforts.
I think that that's an amazing space to grow and have additional revenue. And then, if they're, able to do so, give back a little bit to the parade, because, it keeps everybody here growing. And $50 million, let's all have a share of that.
I know. Yeah. So if you think about it, if you wonder where that comes from. So every restaurant and hotel on the parade route, that 12 miles, is sold out. All the charter boats are chartered for the parade. It carries on to caterers. It carries on to decorators. And security. We hire 20% of the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. We have a lot of little facts and fun figures that tie it all in, and those are bills we pay, obviously. So we don't get to do any of that for free, but we try and make it better each year for more activities, and we welcome sharing with us any nonprofits doing anything. How can we help promote it? Even we're willing to do that. Right. We want to be a part of the effort, but there's a lot that happens that we don't have any knowledge of. So whenever we hear something on this side, we're like, wait, tell me more. So it gives us an opportunity to share what they're doing.
Well, and that's the most important piece, because honestly, having that data, you're going to be able to actually get more sponsors. You're going to actually have more, ways to actually share with the community. This is what's pulling in. This is what's actually driving our community. And this is the numbers that we can actually see. So I think it is valuable to actually get that data. So if you are out there and you are benefiting from the parade, definitely reach out to Winterfest, because that is a wonderful way to connect with them, get them some information so that they can keep growing. Maybe add on a couple extra boats. Who knows?
Exactly. And if someone's watching that has a donor that supports them, that has a home on the Intercoastal, consider asking them to do a party for you.
Right. Absolutely. So talking about Winterfest, there's a lot that goes into putting this together. Yeah. And I'm sure it's the entire year is kind of setting up for it. So can you walk us through a little bit of the setup and how you guys run as a small group that you are, and then also talk about some of the yearly annual events that you get to share with the community?
Perfect. So yes, it's a year-round fundraising effort. As I mentioned, everything is sponsorship. So we just start right over, and maybe something that didn't get through the finish line for this year will happen next year. So we're always cultivating. We're always entertaining meetings. So we talk to everybody. We want to talk to everybody because there's nothing off the table with us. So we're very creative, very, very creative. So there's no cookie cutter anything. We customize and design every single sponsorship because we want to work with meeting the greatest needs and not giving stuff that doesn't matter to them. So that helps everyone. So we're pretty good at that. So that's what the early part of the year is. This is, when we get into the summer, it feels like that's crunch time because we want to get everything across the finish line. We start our campaign. We have a $3 million advertising campaign. It's not 100% donated to us. We do pay for things, but we have an amazing partnership with iHeartMedia, Channel 7, And we do things in magazines that we partner with. And, our give back is promoting our partners. So that's super important to us. We have a 1-hour television special that is an edited version of the parade itself, and then all the other events that we do, little vignettes in there. And that's aired the week after the parade a few times. Channel 7 also owns markets in Boston, so you can see us in Boston and promotions. So a nice, easy trek back and forth from Fort Lauderdale to get visibility for the businesses. So everything we do, our pride is giving back to our partners and making sure their ROI. You rarely see a name once in our collaterals. You're going to see it year over year over year for the most part, once they're in their family. So we like that.
That's awesome. So talk a little bit about the events themselves that does happen towards the end of the year.
Yeah. So we are getting, in October, we typically do what we call our launch party. So that is kicking off the season, usually announcing our grand marshals. However, we did that a little different this year when we announced them early. So while we'll talk about it at that party, we're not announcing it. So that's October, and that is a by invitation only party for our partners. And so that's one of the give backs for them. So we promote it all publicly because we say sponsorship is your ticket in. So people want to know how to get in. That is how. And then we have our Family Fun Day. I'm so proud of this event. So it's the Sunday before Thanksgiving each year, and it's at Esplanade Park now. We've moved around a little bit due to construction. So Esplanade has been our home for the last few years. And with that came a great opportunity to partner with Museum of Discovery and Science. So we closed the road. We have a pet rescue row. We have an ocean conservation village. We have Snow Mountain with Broward College, but Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital has been supporting this event as long as I can remember. It's 26 or 27 years old that we created this, and Publix has supported us with it too. So the purpose of it is a free event, because the events that we do, the fundraising activities, pay the bills, but we're very family oriented, but those are parties and cocktail parties. So we wanted to bring the families together and share that the parade was around the corner and create awareness with that, with the families. And there's 75 plus different activations that day, all for free. And they leave with like loot. They have bicycle helmets from Epilepsy Alliance that are fitted for them. All kinds of things from Joe DiMaggio. There's a teddy bear clinic. And I mean, when I see them leaving with bags, it makes my heart so happy, because it doesn't matter if you have $1 in your pocket. Everybody can play at this event. You don't have to have $1. If you want to buy food, but I even make sure that the food there's a reasonable item, with consideration to everybody being able to come. And then at 3:00 when we end, Museum of Discovery and Science has been so generous, and they open their doors for free to our guests from 3 to 5.
Wow.
So what a great opportunity for those who could not otherwise afford to go there, to have all the stuff that we gave, and now they're carrying on the day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm so proud of that. And then one of our biggest fundraisers, the biggest fundraiser, is our Black Tie Ball. We're known for this. It's the largest of its kind. It's at the Hard Rock. They produce it. So it's 1,300 people.
Wow.
And I'm biased, but it's the best around. Promise. So the best in entertainment. We've had a long-standing relationship with Broadway across America.
Okay.
So traditionally and typically over the last 20 years, we've worked with a show. This year, we're stepping away for 1 minute. It's our 54th anniversary, so we're kind of doing a nod to Studio 54 feel.
Ooh, okay.
Where we're celebrating our 54th because it made sense. But the collaborative, you asked me that earlier, everything we do is collaboration, 100%. So we play with everybody in any way to fit a partner in. So Broadway felt that we're a good medium to sell subscriptions. We're their target of people buying tickets to shows, whether it's not a subscription, but individual shows. And we just help promote all of it.
Wow.
And then, so we have a Grand Marshal reception the night before the parade. Everything else we do surrounds and leads up to the parade and supports the parade. So we have Grand Marshal reception the night before the boat parade at Hard Rock. And then the big day. So we work all year for the boat parade. So many ways to participate, from being a vendor, buying a ticket, getting on a boat, entering your boat. Nonprofits, only $30 to enter a boat in the parade.
Nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
And, the residual, not just 12 miles of shoreline and people watching, but then the television aspect. We do a live stream. So there's so much residual that comes with that recognition of putting your boat in. We have a public viewing area. We have a VIP viewing area. So segueing a little bit, I'm going to go back and forth because we have a foundation as well. And right now, that foundation is a 501c3, and we are August, September, we have a junior captain program. Leads into the parade. And that's a Broward County nonprofit nominating a child between the ages of 8 and 16 that best represents the services they provide. So it could be medical, it could be social, it could be just anybody receiving some sort of services. And this started very organically with a girl that I read about, Amanda Blake. She was 15. She had cancer, terminal cancer. And I thought we could do something for her. She's never going to go to prom and things of that nature. Well, gosh, brought it to our board of directors, and it just, I'll do this and I can do this and all these things. And we came up with the name Junior Captain. So sadly, she did not live to see the parade, and had we met her the day before she passed, and so nobody knew that was going to happen that day, but we call it Amanda's legacy. So we're powering on all these years later, and we've been able to honor someone in the parade, and FP&L and 2 Men in a Truck have stepped up, and they put them on their boat with 25 of their guests.
Oh, awesome.
But the good thing is, everybody's a winner. We put everybody in the parade. So if you're nominated, you're in, and Amazon has made that possible on our Santa showboat. So they are donating seats to us to accommodate the junior captain nominees that weren't the final winners. So it's just such an amazing, it gives us an opportunity to share stories, not only with the kids, and if they're medically, it gives them a break. It gives them a distraction. And we've lost a few along the way, and but it tells the stories, and hopefully the nonprofits are telling the story. Maybe there's somebody that relates to, and they didn't know about it, and now they're supporting it or they're volunteering. So we know that there's good synergy there, and good stuff is happening, and it ties right back into the parade and what we do. So now we get an opportunity to work with another 10 charities.
Yes.
And share their message.
I really appreciate that. That's an amazing gift back to the community and back to those
Feels good.
Individuals. Definitely.
And keeping in touch with the parents. Like I keep in touch. Emma stands out. She's the one that we lost 5 years ago. And her mom is like, it was the greatest gift, because it meant so much to their family, and there was the last time she was really feeling good, and she passed not that long after, and that wasn't expected. So it's a gift, but hearing it from them is, we're looking at it with different eyes, and them feeling it and living and breathing it is really amazing to hear their feedback.
Amazing work in the community. I really love what you guys are doing. One last shout out to Chris Baker and Align Innovate for supporting this podcast. And as we wrap up today, I would love to learn a little bit about what is the legacy you hope to leave for future generations.
Gosh, serving in this role for Winterfest, I've been able to connect with so many nonprofits and charities and serve on boards. And, my biggest thing is I want to leave it better than I found it. I won't touch it if I can't. And I can't make a difference or give the time and connecting dots, then I'm not going to do it. So I feel like my legacy is for people to remember that I made a difference.
And that's important.
It in my heart and soul.
No,
and it's all because of where I work that I'm able to connect and bring resources based on partnerships and stuff. So took it through my kids' school years. I brought so many programs from our partners at Winterfest to the schools. So that's a little soft spot that I have. And now it's community.
Yeah. Community is so important. It's the only way that we get to connect. It's the only way that we can give back. So I think that is a beautiful way to do what you're doing. And I really appreciate everything you're doing at Winterfest. How can people become a sponsor? How do they connect with Winterfest?
So you can check out our website to make it easy, winterfestparade.com.
Mm-hmm.
But call us, reach out. My email is dawn@winterfestparade.com. Super easy. We love hearing from anybody and everybody. We play with everybody. So let us connect. And, rarely is it not a good fit, but sometimes it's not. But if it's not a good fit for us, we have plenty of others that we can share the love with and connect.
And that's part of, building these connections and doing more in the community. So yes, even if it's not a connection for Winterfest, there's somewhere that can be. So
100%.
Connect with Dawn. Again, Dawn at winterfestparade.com. Otherwise, check out their website at winterfestparade.com and join in this amazing international event. So, Dawn, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Ditto. Thank you. A pleasure.
Thank you for joining me on this episode of Visualize. We hope that the inspiration and practical insights can help you foster stronger connections and meaningful change. Don't forget to subscribe, share the episode, and leave us a review. To learn more about Visuals by Momo and how we support collaboration and storytelling, visit visualsbymomo.com. A huge thank you to everyone out there listening. Until next time, remember, collaboration fuels change, and your connections can inspire the world.